welcome to the Power Notes for June 2026. In this episode, I covered the latest trends in the Linux gaming ecosystem, updates on major open source projects, and a reflective editorial on the state of long-term projects in gaming. Stick around, there's a lot to cover today. Welcome to the Game Notes. Steam Deck Fest. The June 2026 showcase highlighted a diverse range of upcoming titles with standouts including Mistfall Hunter, Dustfront RTS, and The Mound, Omen of Chahulu. Proton compatibility. Proton Experimental continues to receive frequent iterative updates to maintain performance and compatibility, specifically addressing recent fixes for Forza Horizon 6 and other high-profile titles. Performance drivers. The community is actively discussing the impact of NT-Sync, a new kernel-level synchronization driver designed to significantly improve the performance for titles running through Wine and Proton. So if you got games running through Wine and Proton, that might be useful for you. Anti-cheat challenges. Developers continue to struggle with the implementation of kernel-level anti-cheat solutions, which remains a primary hurdle for ensuring seamless Proton compatibility for the Linux gaming community. Honestly, I can see why anti-cheat is sometimes needed, but does it have to be kernel level? Honestly. That's just my opinion, though. I'm not some sort of software engineer, so I really can't say whether it's good or bad, but personally, if it doesn't let you play a game, then it might not be the best thing. Especially if you can't play it in open source OS like Linux. But now, time for the Kernel Notes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kernel Notes. Linux kernel updates. The current stable series is the 7.1x branch, with the 7.11 update released on June 19th, 2026. KDE Plasma 6.7. So if you're using KDE Plasma 6.7, this might be interesting for you. Officially released on June 16th, 2026, this version introduces significant quality of life upgrades, including per-screen visual desktops, enhanced microphone volume testing, and a new background apps section in the system tray. I believe there's a bit more that happened this month, but probably the biggest one in Kernel Notes is that the Steam Machine was released this month for pre-orders that will be shipped later this year in, of course, random order. I believe they did it that way to prevent scalpers. The prices are a little bit higher due to the RAM and SSD shortage, thanks to AI, but I think their prices are pretty good. I mean, 1,050 and 1,250 ain't too bad for what the Steam Machine offers, and plus the fact that the latest version of Steam 3.8.10 has been tweaked by Valve to allow people to build their own Steam Machine boxes. You don't actually have to buy the hardware from Steam. You can build your own Steam Machine if you want. So if you really want a Steam Machine but don't want to pay the $1,000, or you want a machine that's more capable than what the specs and what the reviews have been saying, you can do so. Personally, I don't think I will buy a Steam Machine myself. But hey, that's my decision, and that's something a bit more personal than what I should probably be doing in the Kernel Notes. But yes, this, like I said, it's the two versions are 512 gigabytes or 2 terabytes for the storage. And well, there's lots of reviews out there, and I've seen one of them by Linus Tech Tips, and it seemed to be pretty decent. I I mean, it probably would do good for the games that I play, although not many of my games are like controller compatible. I prefer keyboard and mouse games over controller games myself. I mean, the only games I probably would play on the Steam Deck are those. I mean, on the Steam machine are racing games, and well, I've only got one or two of those games. I mean, maybe a sports game or two. So I really don't have that much. I mean, I prefer using other things like Lutris and Dropbox. No, not Dropbox. I mean, well, whatever that, whatever the, and it's an emulation software that I use, so I can emulate GameCube games on my computer. But I really enjoy the playing old GameCube games and on my computer. But that being said, it's time for the editorial, folks. This month, I want to talk about something that hits close to home for anyone who has poured hundreds of hours into a single project: the futility of forever worlds in Minecraft. When we look at projects like Kurt J. Mack's world, it is easy to be memorized by the sheer scale and the history behind it. However, I believe we need to have a more honest conversation about the diminishing returns of maintaining a single world forever. From save file corruption to technical stagnation, there comes a point where the commitment to a forever project can actually hinder creativity rather than foster it. And Kurt J. Mack, he actually lost the world due to corruption when he reached the far lands. So there might also be possible for them to play. Plus, the worlds only have a limited amount of space too, so that's also another factor that you gotta consider. I want to explore why I think it is healthier to embrace new beginnings and how that philosophy is shaping my own content moving forward. I would also like to take this time to challenge creators to drop the tired phrase forever worlds and find a new way of describing their long-term play worlds. Phrases like evolving narratives, legacy archives, or seasonal chapters are more accurate and interesting than that worn-out label. It's even got to the point where we have forever worlds mod packs now, which feels like a fundamental misunderstanding from how software and creativity actually functions. Most importantly, this isn't a conversation I want to have in a vacuum. I'm opening up new spaces at Vanilla Ice specifically to keep this discussion going and see where your own creative journeys are taking you. Check out the links in the description to join the conversation on the blog or within our community spaces at Vanilla Ice. Until next time, may God bless you all, and I'll see you around.